Tony here. What I'm going to do on this video is just show you guys what I've done with the weapons to get them to fit in and be able to be removable. So what I've done on this gun pod, or the actual whole pod, but the gun section as well, I actually inserted some 8mm pipe into the back. I actually used a 8mm drill bit and drilled into the back of this part, and then I use it as well to drill through the inside of the actual pod itself, and then I glue them together. And with this open, I could actually judge and see where they go through. So it goes in pretty easily. But be careful when you push it in, if you do this method, that you don't split it apart. Feel free to glue it in, and then it'll be easier. But for me, like I mentioned before, I like the option to actually remove the part in case of transport, or if you know, pack the model away, disassembly, so you don't break anything. And this basically just goes in, and that's the lower gun pod complete. Now I can paint this separately and put it in without gluing, or if you glue it in, paint it separately, because this is not the same color. Okay, so moving on to the side guns, or the wing guns. So what I did over here was I'll provide the aluminium. It's a 4mm aluminium and 3mm, so they slide into one another. So this will be a 10 centimeter piece of pipe you'll get, which you cut in half, and then insert it in so that you have a piece sticking out that is exactly 9mm, so it goes all the way to the bottom, and then the center piece, glue it into the 4mm. Okay, and then the gap in between must be 12 millimeters. Okay, I got 12.4, but around about 12mm. Okay, and then just glue the top end on, and then glue it in, and then you have your gun or actual barrel. Okay, and then this will insert into your pod. Okay, you can glue that in once you painted it, and then that's done. I'm going to paint this separately and then glue it onto the wing, because it's not the same color. Okay, next is your weapon pod for your cockpit. There is an option to screw it in, which I've done, so it all comes together without needing any glue. You can glue this together, obviously, but like I mentioned, I want to take it apart, so I want to have that option. So I've actually drilled and tacked this front weapon pod. You can tap straight through the FDM printed part. This piece, as the hole that's in there is printed the correct size. I think I'm using I'm not, let me make sure this is a 2.8mm tap. Okay, so you got that in. Take a main cockpit, slide it into the groove, and then push it so that it clips in. Okay, so that's all holes. And then the front section goes in the bottom, and then clips this here, goes into the hole like I mentioned before. And they're all holes. Okay, so no glue needed. And this simply just slips into the onto the cover, the cone. Okay. Your option, like I mentioned before, is to put the plastic in. I will decide later if I'll do that or not. And then you've got your small little wire that goes in over there, because it sticks out. You won't be able to take this out. Okay, you can glue it in, but mine won't be. Okay, so there you go. So what I'm going to do next is paint everything with primer, or not primer, undercoat, and then I'm going to put hairspray over it, and then paint the main colors, and then I'll come back and I'll show you guys what I've done, which colors I've used. Okay, but it's basically coming to the end of the build except the paint job, which will actually be quite nice, hopefully. Okay, thanks guys, cheers.